Hi friends, I am Shravana and welcome back to Sparkling Future. Before starting with today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. Thank you. Friends, in today's video, we will see how to remove the first node of the linked list. So let's consider this linked list here. So when you wanted to remove the first element, what we have to do? This is the first element of this node. So you have to move this head to the next node and this pointer to point to the none so that this will be removed from the first position of the linked list. Okay. Now this is the operation that we are going to do. Here if you see there are again two more possibilities are present. What if the list is empty? The linked list is empty, correct? In case if this linked list is empty, then we may need to return none, like we have seen in the pop operation also, right? If there is an empty list and if there is only one element from the list and if there are more elements in the list, these three possibilities we have to consider, these three scenarios we have to consider while writing the code so that the code will not break anywhere. Now this is the second possibility, and the third one is if it has only one element in the list, only one element, already one element in the list, then you are going to pop that, means you are going to delete that. So what you have to do, that we have to make sure that the length is set to the previous value, which is 0, and you have to return none for this. Okay. Now let's write the code for these three possibilities. Now I'm again iterating about this Python online compiler. You just Google search with Python online computer and you randomly pick up any of the link and you will see this kind of screen and you can use it for writing your Python queries. Okay. So this code we have already discussed in the previous videos, how to create the node class and the constructor and the linked list class and the constructor, and how to display the items in the linked list, how to append this any value at the end of the linked list, how to pop the last element of the linked list, and how to add a new element in the to the linked list, correct? Now let's write the popping the first element of the linked list. Okay. Now definition, pop first of self. Okay. Here also as I mentioned, we don't have to pass anything because here we are targeting for the first element of the linked list, and here we have seen three different scenarios, correct? One is with the linked list and with the empty linked list, and another one is with one element in the linked list. Now let's write the code. If not self dot head, means if there is no element in the linked list, means it's an empty linked list, then what we have to do, we have to return none value. Now let's take one temp variable to assign the head variable here, because we have to iterate it, right? Or we have to just search for the next. So for that I am taking the self dot head into the temp variable. Now what we have to do, we have already seen here, right? What exactly the operations that we have to consider is this head, like whatever already pointing to the first element, we have to move it to the next, and then whatever currently it is pointing, this pointer should make it to none so that this entire element can be ignored. So let's write the code for that. So now we have the temp equal to self dot head. In the previous videos I have mentioned current dot next. Actually we don't have to take like that, we can have a temporary variable, right? So that's why I'm showing you this code here. We do, instead of doing self dot head dot next, we will do temp dot next. For that reason we are taking a temporary variable here. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to move the self dot head to the self dot head dot next. Okay. So moving this pointer, I'm talking about moving this pointer to the next element so that this first element can be ignored. Now next what we have to do, temp dot next equal to, we have to set the pointer to none, correct? So now what is the temp? It's nothing but the self dot head, and next is this pointer, this we are assigning it to none. Okay. And then we are decreasing the length because we are reducing the, we are deleting the first element, right? So we have to ignore this one. Correct. Now that's why we have to decrease the length by 1. Now we are already seen like if there is no element, and even if there is what to say, if there is a list, right? And also we just have to see if the length equal to 0, and then in that case we have to have this tail also assigned to none. Correct. So what will happen is after uh, uh, this particular one, after removing that first element, what will happen, we are decreasing the length, right? So it will become 0. So for that reason we have to have another here. This will help us to consider both the cases. In case of any list is becoming 0, and the length of the list is becoming 0, then we will assign self dot tail as none. In case of this one, it will anyway we are returning, otherwise also we are returning, we are assigning to the none here for the temp dot next, so that we can ignore this what to say, the next pointer of the popped value. Correct. Popped node. So now we are also checking, why we have to check here is in case of any no records are present after removing this one, means it will consider both the cases here. If lot of values are there in the list or only one value is there in the list, then it will set none to the tail. Now finally we will return temp, because this is what we have removed. This is what we have considered as temp, and this is what we have removed, right? This is the popped value, so we are returning that temp value here. Okay. Now let's take these three values, linked list with 10 and append 20. Now I am just commenting this prepend here, and I am running this code. And if you see, currently the linked list has two values, two nodes, 10 and 20. Now let's pop first. Okay. Now I am calling this pop first method. Okay, it doesn't take any argument, anyway it is to delete the first element. And here let's try all the three scenarios. Okay, so now I'll just comment this display here. I don't want to print this way. Instead, I'll print one by one to see how it will be popped. Here we have two elements now. So all the three cases, how can we test? Means if more than one value is present in the linked list, or only one node is present in the linked list, or it's an empty list. So all the three cases, let's try to print here. Print dot pop first. Okay, this is the first one, and next time also we'll call the same, and then 3 times we will call. So what should happen when you say after this first pop first, it should remove the 10 and it should print 20 and none. And then when you pop this when you call this pop first method again, it should even delete this 20 and only none should be present. And after the third one, because it is an empty list by then, because in the top two commands already removed 10 and 20, it will just return none value. Okay, to see that I'm printing the same, calling the same method 3 times, and then I'm printing the output. Okay, now if you see here, we are having this address of this. So for that, what we can do is temp dot data here. So this is just to showcase, but usually we will not write like this in the production. Okay, now we have this linked list with the 10. Yeah, I was just worried why it is printing only one. It should print 10 and then 20 and then none, right? That is because I am already calling this method here. Okay, now I'll just comment that and I'll just run it here. Now you can see first it has, because we are returning the temp dot data. Temp is the popped value. So first 10 is popped, and then only 20 and none were present. So 20 is popped, and then finally there is no list. It is an empty linked list. That's why none is returned here. So that's how we can pop the first element. So even though we are like in this linked list also, if you see, we know which one is the head element, and we are just trying to assign the pointers here and there and not iterating anywhere, right? So that's why the time complexity of this particular operation is order of 1. Clear? Hope this is useful to you, friends. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting learnings. Thank you.